Hello, all sentient beings, and welcome to the Transmissions Podcast, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers! On this episode of Transmissions, we go over Hasbro's Fan First Friday and all their Transformers announcements. And boy, is it a lot. Prime One Studio has some new statues for you, and a new third-party Unicron is on the way. Today is Wednesday, May 26, 2021, and this is episode 435 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that is definitely not putting all its Donatreon money into Bitcoin. I'm your host Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Fantastic fan artist Apollo.
Hi, everyone.
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hey, where's Jeremy? Let's talk Transformers.
You may not have heard, Daryl, but Jeremy bought a house. I don't know if you were aware of that.
What? Why didn't he mention it?
I don't know. He never tells us anything.
He's so humble.
He's kept it secret all these months.
That guy.
So Jeremy's having fun assembling his new house. He's got to get it ready.
Yeah, so he bought his house is from Flame Toys.
He's got to build it now.
Luckily, it's almost summer, so it's not cold anymore. Even if he's in Wisconsin, but it's not cold, so they'll be okay until he gets it done. But hopefully, he'll be back soon. We'll see. He won't take 6 weeks like another person who, when they bought a house, and we didn't see them for a while.
I want to see how well you do without me. I haven't been off since.
And when was that?
7 years ago.
Was it really that long ago?
I think it was 6, actually. I think it was 6 years ago, yeah.
That's not much better.
I know.
We've been doing this show a long time. Anyway. As always, we start off by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who give us money on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support us. And this week we welcome back a longtime Donatreon, Anchor, who has rejoined. On Discord, you will know him better as Pearton. He is on our regular chatter on our Discord. And he has come back. And he came back with a prepaid yearly donation. So, Anchor, thank you. Thank you so much, and you're stuck with us for another year. We really appreciate it. You're awesome.
Oh, damn.
Oh, no, he's back.
It's Anchor. Anchor is back, or he wants to be called Pearton. I guess Pearton is Pearton like pears? Pears, not apples, but pears. Not oranges, but pears. Pearton is good. Pearton? Pears in a tin? Is this what you call yourself? Pears in tin? Anchor, welcome back. I like to have you in the Discord. Don't go in the back room. The back room is waste of time. Do not do the back room.
Maybe he likes Empire of Rust, Russian Yoshi.
No, back room. We thought this was Empire of Rust, remember? But it's not Empire of Rust. It's just warehouse. It's just storage. Nothing but boxes. There's nothing there for fun. So, Pearton, don't waste your time in the back room. Everything fun out here in the front room by the windows. Look out the window to the world. Welcome back, Pearton.
Can we welcome back Daryl now?
Yeah. Please.
He seems to always go. Daryl always seems to go to the bathroom whenever Russian Yoshi shows up.
I'm here. I don't know what happened. I got dragged out of here, gagged and dragged out, and then I was just thrown back in just moments ago.
All right. Well, Periton, since you've been a long-time Donatreon, you know all the perks you get, but do want to remind everyone that we do have our next Toy Hacks drawing coming up. The end of May is coming very soon. So this is your last chance to get your entries in to enter our monthly Toy Hacks $10 gift code contest. And Periton he's signed up, so he is definitely in for this month's drawing. And if you want to join the fun and put your name in for a $10 gift code from toyhacks.com, where you can get all those cool repro labels and all those stickers and other stuff, you can either become a Donatron, which is the easy way, or you can send us an email at contest@transmissionspodcast.com and send us a picture of the Transformer toy you would like to get stickers for. You just got to send that in by Sunday, May 30th. That's when we're going to do the drawing. So you've got time, got a little bit of time left, but send in your entries or become a Donatron. That's the easy way. And this week we have a milestone because Empire of Rust, our live play Transformers RPG podcast, is reaching 50 episodes, episode 50. And this one is titled, Is High or Low Good for You? And this just came out Monday, May 24th. So it should already be in your podcast feed if you're subscribed to the main feed. Or you can go directly to transmissionspodcast.com/rust and listen to the latest episode. We're closing into the end of season 1 of Empire of Rust. I think we've just got a few more episodes, and then season 2 will kick off right after that. So keep listening, keep enjoying, and keep telling everyone about Empire of Rust. It's a cool first and only Transformers RPG podcast. All right, so let's get into the show and talk about some toys.
All right, first up this week, we had another Fan First Friday event. This one was held on Friday, and it was held by...
Really? Fan First Friday was held on Friday?
It was crazy.
So surprised.
It was nuts. It was crazy. I'm trying to see who was the people that held it, but I don't have their names here. Charles, you would know this because you know everything. Who were the people that held it?
One guy was Ben because he was not the designer Ben. He was the marketing Ben, and they mentioned that in the show that this was a different Ben, not the Ben you've come to know and love.
Okay.
And the other guy escapes my mind right now.
Oh, there's
I forget.
a picture.
The other
Evan.
guy was a designer.
Evan, product design.
Okay.
Evan. Those were the two guys that went through the figures. It was also started off by Kelly from Franchise Marketing, and she talked to an artist whose name is escaping me right now.
Matt Ferguson.
There you go. Gotcha. So there was a little bit of news with him because he did some really cool art that we are going to talk about in alt mode. But yeah, so we're going to jump ahead to the figure news because Ben and Evan talked about some new figures that were being officially announced. And I want to say first, I miss stoned Jimmy Fallon. Because these two were good, but they were a little dry by comparison to Stone Jimmy Fallon. Stone Jimmy Fallon he's a rock star now. You can't go below that level of energy. So these guys were good. I mean, Evan did his best to the voices of the characters as they went through the little video clips, and that's kind of fun. But yeah, man, I miss Stone Jimmy Fallon. That was great. So they officially announced, looks like three characters, starting off with the one that everyone kind of knew and saw coming, and they made mention of it. They made mention of it every single time that that the leak happened first. So Slug and Daniel, this is seemed like a pretty big point of contention on the weekend when this got announced, was that Slag is not the name of this guy anymore, and they've gone back to Slug. It's a name. Call it what you want. If you buy the toy, guess what? That particular toy you get to call whatever you want. So call it Slag, call it Slug, call it Slog, call it Shirley. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's your toy. It's not real. You can call it whatever you want. So They're calling it Slug
Not
on
calling
the
this toy slag is the worst offense in human history.
Apparently.
Are you going to die on that hill? Is that the hill you're going on?
No, I don't care.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay, so this thing here, we've talked about it a couple weeks ago because I remember Apollo and Epic and Jeremy and we all kind of went off on the Daniel figure that kind of is coming with this thing. So I mean, this is the official announcement of Slug, and yeah, it looks pretty good. It's huge, and it's going to be it's a leader class figure, so get excited for that. Next up was a figure that we'd only heard about in listings from stores. We'd never seen any pictures. There were no leaks. So it was only rumored to be coming. We hadn't had any official, kind of anything from anybody. So this was Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Gnaw, the Sharkticon. And man, this thing looks awesome. It looks so good. So I'm really excited for this one. Gnaw is a figure that is just, it's integral to the movie line. And when they, announced that they were doing Studio Series, the movie, characters, this was a figure that I kind of, in the back of my brain hoped that they would get another really good crack at. The small little Legion class or core class or whatever you want to call it, the smaller one is good. It's a really nice little figure. But they've bumped this one up to Deluxe class, and it looks really good. So I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on at least a couple of these. That'd be nice. So it looks really awesome. I know that there's a bunch of people that are arm rebuilding this Gnaw figure. So I mean, at a deluxe price point,
if you want any of these figures, you better get to the store before Dogcades does, because I think Dogcades will clear out your entire area.
It's very possible. Yeah, he's a Sharkticon fiend, and the only chance that I have at this point is the fact that it's a deluxe price point, and here that's $30 some odd right now. It's $32, I believe. So that is what I'm kind of hoping on, is that's going to be a little bit too pricey to kind of buy 40 of these. So yeah, it's but I'd like to buy 3. That'd be kind of nice. But yeah, they look great. They look really good. And then the last one is one that we did hear about. I think it was just last week. We kind of talked about it because it did leak. And again, they mentioned that it did leak and that they were a little disappointed that it leaked just before this. But they got Voyager class Rhetgar. And wow, another one that looks really, really great. And they brought it out, first off showing it on the screen with another Rhetgar riding it. And I have to buy 2 now. I have to have 2 of these things because I know that they're probably going to retool the Rhetgar into like a junk heap or something like that, or junkyard or whatever they call the other, figure that they do out of the Rhetgar mold. But man, he looks so good. So good. So yeah, I'm really excited for all of these figures. They all look great. Apollo, what did you think of these 3 figures? You plan on getting any of them? I know none of them are Starscream, but damn, they look good.
I have Rhetgar pre-ordered, that they all look really good. I'll probably eventually end up getting all of them, but for now, of the ones we've talked about so far, I do have Rhetgar pre-ordered.
Just the one?
Mm-hmm, just one. I'm hoping that they'll release more Junkions, like different characters, and then we could get a few of them and make them dance like in the movie or Dare to Be Stupid.
Oh, that'd be wild.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right on. Charles, what say you?
Yeah, these all look great. All 3 of these figures look great. I mean, I haven't been able to get any Studio Series figures yet. My stores have been. I think I saw a blur in one store in my area, and that's it. I'm really lacking the Studio Series figures. The Rhetgar the Rhetgar has me salivating. That Rhetgar looks awesome. The Sharkticon, that looks great too, and Slug, whoever he looks good. Although, of course, the Daniel is terrible.
Yeah.
I probably am passing on the Dinobots. I didn't get Grimlock. I probably will not. I mean, I think for the Dinobots, it's all or nothing. You either got to get them all, or you should do yourself a favor and pass them all up. So I think I might skip the Dinobots, but I might get both the Wreck-Gar and the Sharkticon. They just look so good. They look really, really nice. Mm-hmm. And Rhetgar, yeah, I think I'll have to go with Apollo and maybe wait for them to put out a Junkion. I know if I buy 2 of these, then like a month later they'll show up a Junkion with a different head.
Right.
And yeah, but these are great. These are all great.
I am pretty confident that you're right, and that there's going to be at least 1, maybe 2 different Junkions that get released. Whether they get released in like a 3-pack. With another Rhetgar, that's an option. Whether it gets released as like a selects kind of thing, there's so many avenues for them to release different like Junkions at this point that you got to bet on them actually doing it. So yeah, I mean, there's got to be a point in which you got to say, wait, I can't possibly get 3, 4, 5 Rhetgars. So yeah. But yeah, so that's those Studio Series 86 figures, but they didn't stop there with the Studio Series announcements. They did actually still announce in a different. Oh
wait, Daryl, you missed one announcement on the FanFest First Friday stream.
Did I? I was going to come back to that because it's not Studio Series, but yeah, I'll come back to that.
Sorry.
Good.
So
I thought Apollo was going to take you down if you didn't.
Yeah, I was waiting patiently for this one.
So the other 2 Studio Series, now with the announcement of the Studio Series 86 figures, there were a lot of fans going, hey, what about the movies, the live action movies? Where's our figures? And in the back of my brain, I was like, shut up. You've been getting figures for years. Where's we just finally started to get figures in the Studio Series line. These are great. But they did announce 2 figures for the regular movie line. And we've gotten Studio Series 73, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Grindor, and Ravage. So we're going to get that figure, and that looks kind of cool. I mean, it looks like a bag of knives, and that's awesome. Exactly the way it's supposed to look. So another live action movie figure for you. And then they're getting Studio Series 75 Deluxe Class Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Jolt. And this is one of 2 of those figures. Or was it Jolt? Jolt wasn't one of the racist robots, was it?
No. Jolt was the Chevy Volt.
Right. Yes.
Advertisement, because he's the hybrid electric vehicle, and then in the movie he uses electric powers to combine Optimus Prime and Jetfire into a flying Optimus Prime.
Yes, of course. The only figure that could do that because he has the power of electricity. So yes, I'm mixing up my crappy Revenge of the Fallen figures.
The racist robots were Skids and Mudflap.
Skids and Mudflap.
Those are the racist robots.
Right. All right. So we're getting Jolt and Grindor and Ravage. I won't be able to get them, but I just like the name Grinder. Grindor. I just want man, that's gonna get picked up by so many places. Just as there's a new toy called Grinder. Awesome. All right.
Okay, it's not Grinder. It's Grindor.
Yeah, it's not Grinder. There's a big difference.
I mean, they'll drop the O. It's fine.
They'll drop some vowels.
Yeah. But yeah, so there are some Studio Series live action figures being released as well. And this goes back to the whole what we were talking about way back when they announced the Studio Series 86 line, and that I had theorized that they would use the 86 line to get this out, but at the same time still maintaining the live action line just in a slower capacity until the 86 line was exhausted. So that's good to see. The live action fans are still going to get serviced in this. And then once the 86 line is done, then we'll go back and maybe we'll have some more live action movies to make figures of in the Studio Series line. Now to talk about the last thing that they announced on the Fan First Friday stream. It's that they're re-releasing the movie, the 35th anniversary of the Transformers the movie. And I mean, it's been a few years, 5 years I think, since they released it the last time. It's going to come out in 4K. It's going to be a 4K Blu-ray with a standard 4K Blu-ray release, and it's going to have different art on each. It's going to have a 4K steel book available, and it'll be out on tomorrow, May the 24th. So yeah.
2 days ago when this podcast goes up.
Oh, time. I can't keep you straight. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. I mean, I've got 3 or 4 copies of the movie right now, but hey, what the hell? Let's get another one.
Why not?
I wonder if I mean, so the 30th anniversary was Blu-ray, the 35th anniversary is 4K. So in the 40th anniversary, will that be 8K?
Well, I mean, maybe 16K. But yeah, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, I think that probably does it for my news. I didn't miss
Get him, Apollo.
Yeah, you were forgetting something.
Oh, there it is. Okay, they announced the next Shattered Glass figure. And the Shattered Glass, the third Shattered Glass figure, let's go over the last ones. We got Blur, and we got Megatron. And the third one, they're doing Voyager Starscream.
Yay.
So there you go. This is Starscream. They're using the Tetrajet mold from Siege. And that kind of irked a few fans. They're like, we got this awesome Earthrise mold. Why aren't you using that? And, I don't know whether they actually answered that or not, but they're doing Voyager Starscream, and we got some really great cover art revealed by Casey Collar for his Hasbro Pulse comic cover, and yeah, it's looking pretty awesome. Apollo, I can't imagine you're into this. Are you interested with Shattered Glass Starscream?
Oh, well, I might be passing on it. No, I'm kidding. I haven't pre-ordered. No, I think he's so cool. He comes with the swords. He's like the complete opposite of Decepticon Starscream, like from the normal universe. He's a good boy. And yeah, I'm adding this to my Seeker Armada, Siege Seeker Armada, because I have them all. So why not?
Right on. No, I'm happy for people. There's an awful lot of Starscream fans out there, and this is one of those ones that I guess back in the old Bakon days, it was not an easy figure to get anymore. So yeah, so it was one of those ones that now that it's out or is coming out, a lot more people will be able to get it. I do personally. I'm not that I'm getting the figure because it's not even like it's available to me, but it's. I wish that it was the Earthrise mold because it's a better mold, but I guess it fits better in your collection, Apollo. But it's I think the Earthrise mold is a superior mold to the Siege. But yeah, Charles, what do you think of that?
I gotta agree with you, Daryl. I think this color scheme looks great, but I am not a fan of this Seeker mold. I really don't like this Tetrajet design from Siege. I mean, we've discussed it before. The Tri-Wing alt mode is just not quite as it looks a little stubby, I guess. It was the best way I could say it. And seeing as the robot mode chest kind of hangs off the back there, it's aesthetically, I just am not a fan of this mold, so I will probably be passing on this. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think if they had done an Earthrise version of this, that would have been a better choice. But, got Gotta use that siege mold, because they haven't used the siege mold very much, right?
No,
they haven't put out many of these Seekers.
No, they have to just keep using it until the end of time.
Yeah. Right on. Well, that's what I had for us this week. Lots of stuff on that Fan First Friday event. So it looks like they're doing one a month for Transformers fans. So that's kind of nice. They're kind of spreading the love around. So every week, a different kind of Hasbro property gets a go. So nice that Transformers is in there. But yeah, Apollo, what do you got for us this week?
Well, I've got a few things to discuss, and the first thing are these Transformers Kingdom Commander Class Rodimus Prime in-hand images. So via Prime vs. Prime on YouTube, we have our very first in-hand images of the new Transformers Kingdom Commander Class Rodimus Prime. So these pictures are on TFW 2005, and looking at it, these in-hand images, the mold is definitely growing on me. I still think his face looks really gaunt. That he's seen things. And I don't know if I think it's just because they picked silver paint versus the Studio Series Rodimus, or Hot Rod, that, is using a matte gray paint. Like, I think if they used the matte gray paint on him instead, it would look a lot better. Like, he might not look like, his face is sunken in. But that's just my opinion on that. But his trailer looks really good. The vehicle mode looks good. Like this is way better than the images we've seen already of this. And I like this kind of stuff, like, reviewing the toy, and he's got that little sliding out department on his compartment on his trailer, so which is cool. You could store weapons in there, or maybe some mini bots, and I like the comparison shots they have between the Studio Series Hot Rod and then the Masterpiece. So, and also Galvatron. So we get a nice in-hand image of Galvatron, which isn't at a weird angle. So we can actually get a better understanding on how big these figures are, and also him next to Optimus Prime. So, Charles, what do you think of this figure?
It does look good. I mean, I do like the comparisons to the Power of the Primes Rodimus Prime, which I actually do have, and then the Studio Series Hot Rod, which I'm still looking for. So I mean, it's good to see all those comparisons, so I can really tell the differences. I do think it looks better than the previous versions. I'm still kind of on the fence though, because it's expensive. I mean, I don't know why they've bumped up the price for this one. I mean, this is still kind of a leader class figure, and I don't know. It's disappointing that they're charging that much. I mean, I know it's not a huge difference, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's still a lot though, because there's so many other figures that are coming out this year. So it's like, oh no, my budget, because that can make a big difference between getting another figure or not. So, yeah, Daryl, what do you think of this figure?
Well, I agree that the core figure definitely looks pretty good as like in robot mode as Rodimus. He looks like a leader. He definitely looks mature. I can't argue with the fact that his face looks like an old bastard. But he's mature. He fought the Cybertronian War, I guess. He threw a guy through the inner wall of another guy. I mean, he's done some stuff he's probably not super proud of. So yeah, the price is going to be the big determining factor for me on this. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with Optimus, with Earthrise Optimus. With the fact that he's got the trailer, right? Mm-hmm. Looking at him, he's a Voyager figure, but the trailer with him is putting him into that leader price point. Do you need a trailer for him? Not really, but he looks pretty damn good in his robot or in his alt mode with the trailer, because if you just transform this Rodimus into his, car mode, he looks just like Hot Rod. You've got a mature looking Hot Rod, but you put him with the trailer and he looks good, he looks good with that trailer, but is it worth the money? Right? That's a big chunk of coin to pay just for a trailer. The adult in me looks at this and says, what else would they use this mold for? They would color it black and they'd make a Nemesis Hot Rod, or they'd do a Shattered Glass Hot Rod. I don't know. Does that exist? Is Shattered Glass Hot Rod a thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do that, and then they try and sell it again maybe, but that's, who knows? But this is going to be the one time that's going to sell the most, is at this point in time, and it's a tough sell at this price point. So
yeah,
for me, I'm looking at it thinking it looks damn good. Do I have a Hot Rod a Rodimus Prime that looks this good as in its modern capacity? I don't. But do I want to spend this kind of money? I'm hoping that I can get my my local comic store to get one, and I can kind of work it off, and then I don't have to pay any money. But that's me. I not everyone has that kind of ability. So yeah, I can totally see how people will skip this because it's expensive.
Yeah, I'm honestly on the fence about it still, because if it was a Studio Series figure and had like that special paint app treatment put to it, I'd probably get it in a heartbeat. But there are just things about it, like design wise, like especially the paint choice, to me, like it's just really not I'm not really a fan of. Like, I don't really like that silver paint at all. Like, I just wish it was a matte paint like they did with the Studio Series figures. So I'm personally on the fence about this still. So I've got it pre-ordered like on Amazon, but I might just cancel. Like, I'll probably end up canceling. So so
you don't have any place from I don't know, like you don't have a place like you have GameStop still, right?
Yeah, we've got GameStop here.
And can you get toys from them?
Yeah.
Okay. If you were like, I'm trying to think, because I can get toys through EB Games, which is essentially GameStop here. And if I have their membership card, then I get a certain percentage off. So it saves me a few dollars. So at least it feels like I've gotten a bit of a discount, right? So I don't know. Do you have anything like that there where you can at least get some money off if you're on the fence? Make it feel like you win a little?
Oh gosh. Not really. I mean, if I did buy it, I don't have to pay sales tax because I'm in Oregon, so that I save
that's
money right
win.
there. Yeah. So when it says the price, that's what I pay for anything. I'm kind of saving money already, like whether I buy it online or not. But I don't know. I could always look in stores and see, I know Walmart sometimes has stuff on sale. Like someone messaged me today and they said they got like a hot rod for $20 brand new, which is significantly cheaper than, the actual retail price. So, but there's so many collectors here that it's just really hard to find stuff in store, because it's just like between the collectors and the scalpers, it's that sell stuff on eBay. It's just really hard. You have to get really lucky to find things. So
that's too bad.
Yeah, I know. And I'm actually surprised that I've found some things sometimes. So so I'm still on the fence about it. So I've got one more thing to talk about this week, and it is Studio Pumpkin. And this is a figure that's a special redeco of the Studio Cell G1 Unicron figure. And we have some photos of this courtesy of the TFW 2005 website, and this looks really good. Looking at these photos, like I like these colors, and sounds like my dog has decided to bark. So I hope can you guys hear that?
Yeah, that's fine.
He likes the colors too. It's okay.
He approves.
Okay.
He wants some pumpkin. Dogs like pumpkin.
Yeah, he actually does eat pumpkin trees, so like he probably recognizes the word and is like, "Why aren't you giving me pumpkin?" He's like, "I want my pumpkin." This pumpkin robot is. I really like the color contrast on this with the silver and the gold orange. And Charles, what do you think of this?
It looks good. I mean, the Studio Cell Unicron, the robot mode has always been great. I mean, it looks very much like the Transformers the movie animation model, and it's a cool figure. I mean, but I guess this color scheme is taken from the Transformers Armada show, or no, it's the Takara Unicron from 2010. I mean, it still looks great. I guess my eyes are not so discerning that I can really tell a huge difference between this one and the regular Studio Cell. So, I mean, I think either one of this color scheme looks great. The original Studio Cell's color scheme looks great too. So, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe if you missed out on that one, you can pick up this one. But yeah, I mean, I know Daryl has this figure, so it's a good figure, and yeah, looks nice.
Cool. Well, Daryl, what do you think of this?
Well, yeah, Charles is right. I do have this figure, and it's awesome. And I have it sitting next to my table here, and the main difference is the gray. I think the orange is probably about the same. I mean, just looking from the pictures, it might be a little darker on this new one. But the main difference is the gray. So on the original release, it was blue, and in the legs were were darker blue. The chest was a bit of a lighter blue. And so here you've got dark gray and lighter gray. So that's the main difference. And, yeah, it's just, I mean, like Charles said, the robot mode on this is just a killer robot mode. Like, it looks wicked. And it was the main reason why I also got into this. Like, yes, I did buy Hasbro or the HasLab Unicron, which Jeremy has right now. I don't know what he's done with it. But I did buy this one too. So I bought the 01 Studio Cell because, I thought this one looked badass, and I wanted this one as well. So yeah, so I do actually own both, but I don't have the other one. I don't have the big one. But yeah, this one looks good. So if you're one for this color scheme, then yeah, maybe this will be one you can get. And this one here is not that expensive. I mean, might be $300. I mean, that's expensive, yes, but it's nowhere near the price of a HasLab one right now.
Yeah, this is a really good looking figure. I'm probably gonna end up buying this version or the other version if he's still available. He looks really cool. And I like the robot mode on it.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to talk this week. Charles, what do you have to talk about?
All right. Well, I'm going to end the toy segment with the things people like most. Toys you can't play with and can't transform because they're statues. Yeah, so Prime One Studio has put up this next level showcase on their YouTube channel. They do like these premium statues for lots of different brands. So Transformers is actually just one of the many different anime and movies and other things they're doing statues for, these premium gigantic statues. And so they went into detail. It's on this YouTube video, it's about 53 minutes into the YouTube video, and it's about a 12-minute presentation. And they go into their latest statues for their premium Transformer statues. And the first two are based on the War for Cybertron Netflix show. So they have an Optimus Prime and a Megatron statue. Both statues come in two versions. They each have LED lighting effects on their guns and I think on their eyes too. And the two versions for each statue have different poses. And then in one version, they're just standing on like the metal surface of Cybertron. But then Optimus Prime's variant, he's standing on the body of Shockwave, like crushing Shockwave beneath his feet. And then Megatron is standing on the head of Omega Supreme, crushing Omega Supreme's face plate or, visor plate thing to crush his head. So, cool different versions. And these things are massive. They show the statues in relation to like the designer sitting there next to them. And these things are huge. They don't give an exact size for the Optimus Prime and Megatron, but they do give a size for the next statue. And this one is based on the live action movies. This is from Transformers Dark of the Moon, Jetwing Optimus Prime. So this is the Optimus Prime with his flying Jetwing trailer transforming thing from Dark of the Moon. And this thing is 38 inches tall. So this is massive. It's over 3 feet tall, half a human. It's a huge statue. And they showed it like physically, like they showed the one of the designers or marketing people sitting next to it, and she was just dwarfed by this statue. It was amazing how huge this thing is. I don't even want to know what the price is. These things are gigantic. And then they ended it with a teaser for their next statue, which will be a Revenge of the Fallen version, or a version of the Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe. So that's their next figure coming up, and they just showed a little hint of him. And yeah, these were all interesting. These are huge, like, set pieces you put in your living room, and I guess people come over and say, why do you have a giant Transformer statue in your living room? But if you're that into Transformers and you've got the cash, I guess these are nice pieces to display in your home or wherever, So they are super detailed, really well, intricately crafted. The amount of technical detail, the amount of of effort and craftsmanship that goes into these statues is really impressive. Is just something I kind of don't see in my future. I don't really know, what you do with this thing, but they look cool. They do look cool. Apollo, what do you think of these statues?
Well, I agree with you that they're very beautiful, but they're definitely out of my price point. So I'm not going to be getting them, but they look a lot better than the other statues I've seen. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they even mentioned what the price points are going to be, but I can't imagine these are going to be like I think these are going to be at least 4 figures. These things are huge, so I don't know. I don't know who this is for. I guess all the rich Transformer loving millionaires who like to buy these things.
Yeah, exactly.
Daryl, what do you think of these statues?
And pre-ordered. No, I'm kidding. These are insane. Like, they're huge. What I don't get is, so the Optimus and Megatron, the inspiration for these figures were one's the Siege Megatron. I think it's the Siege Megatron, and the other one is the Earthrise Optimus, right? They're just, they just use the figures as their design, right? Like, they look great, but they look just like the toys. Like, just go get the toys. Oh no, it's both. They're both Earthrise. Sorry, the other one's the Earthrise Optimus as well. So they're both Earthrise. Or sorry.
Well, their deco is they're really supposed to be the show, So I guess if you want something that looks just like how they look in the show, this is what they are.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they are the Siege figures. I mean, but the show models were based on the toy design, so it's all a big circle, I guess. That
Jetwing Optimus is like immense, like it's crazy. I just took a peek at some of the other Prime One Studio stuff that they do, and it's not uncommon that their stuff is 4 figures, like usually around 4.5 figures. So these are some pretty pricey statues. So good luck, Charles. Good luck.
Yeah, these are not coming to my house.
No, it's just definitely catering to different Transformers fans than us.
Yeah.
It's that Robert Kirkman level, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of those millionaire Transformers fans.
Yep.
But I mean, that's the thing. I guess I don't know like how big that market is, I mean, there's not that many millionaires out there, and I can't imagine that a large percentage of those millionaires are also Transformers fans to the degree that they want a giant Transformers statue that doesn't transform.
Listen, there's a lot of Bitcoin millionaires out there right now, Charles.
There's a lot less than there were last week.
Yep, and there it is. We brought the intro full circle.
Yes.
All right, well, that is all our toy topics, so we will move on to trips to the store. And this is where we show off all the cool Transformers stuff we got this week. We do this as a video so you can see everything we got in beautiful high definition on our YouTube channel, but we'll also put the audio right here in the show so you can keep listening as we describe everything we got in loving detail. So without further ado, trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
All right, let's get into the stuff we got this week. And I will go first because my drought has finally ended. I got some Transformer stuff because I went to the comic book store and I got a bunch of comics. All right, so I got Transformers My Little Pony 2, issue number 1. You guys reviewed that a couple weeks ago and had a good time. Also, Transformers Escape number 3. This finally came out.
Yay.
I can't believe it. I'm actually holding it in my hands. I didn't know if it was real. We finally got this out. We reviewed it last week, although we reviewed it a month ago, but finally got to put it out last week. And of course, Transformers 29, which we're reviewing this week. But that wasn't all that came out, because they put out 4 Transformers books together last week with Transformers 30 and Beast Wars number 4. So all those books came out last week, which is insane. My comic book shop owner said, yeah, I've never heard of 4 books in a series, these many books coming out like this back, in 1 week. You don't put 2 issues out, the 2 issues back to back in a single week? I don't know. IDW, what are you guys doing? Do you want this book to survive? But yeah, we'll discuss the contents of the book in alt mode, so we'll look forward to that. But yeah, I'm hoping the sales are picking up for these Transformers titles because they're putting out more. They keep putting out more, so I'm praying we're going to keep getting Transformers comics.
I hope so too.
All right, I just realized I didn't put myself in the big window, but oh well. But but Apollo, you get to be in the big window now.
Okay.
Because it's your turn.
All right. So I've got one thing to show this week, toy-wise. So my friend Andy on Twitter, he sent me this little tiny micro figurine Starscream. And this is like the tiniest Starscream I own now. Like, I'm trying to get it as close as possible. But yeah, he is super tiny. It looks like there's some sort of collectible card on the back too. So I don't know if that'll come through because my webcam's not the best. But my friend, he also drew me, this was on the package, a picture of Starscream because he's a fan artist. So he drew this for me, Starscream, and I was like laughing so hard when I got the box and noticed that. But yeah, so that's all I have to show this week.
That's really
that's
awesome.
Cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. I wish I had friends who could draw box art, custom box art when they send me stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a surprise. I was really happy when I got that.
All right. Daryl's tease, he's got a lot of stuff, so we're going to switch it over to Daryl.
Well,
The show is yours, Daryl. Go ahead.
I'm going to bore everyone with some books. I got more comics, the same comics Charles got. This is the Escape number 3. This is cover B, the Umi Meow cover. I said meow. It's meow. Then I got Transformers. Meow. This is Transformers 29. This is the EJ Sue cover. Again, cover B. Then Transformers number 30, cover A. This one was, I don't remember.
I think it's Anna Malkova.
I think it's Anna Malkova, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Beast Wars number 4, Josh Bertram. So those are the comics I got. I got a G1 Beast War figure. This is Pumbaa.
What?
I got a
Matata. This
what a
is
wonderful phrase.
Razor Beast from Beast Wars. So I'm going to take his wig off and
oh no, he's bald now.
Pull his tail up and bam. That's how he transforms. So yeah, they had all the basics figures transform like this. And that's how Pumbaa transforms. There's another one here that I have as an example. This is Armadillo, and again, you just lift his tail, and bam! I swear I didn't do it. And you just have to lower his arms, and he's good to go. So all the basics transform
Is it
like
Armadillo or Armadillo?
I think it's Armadillo. I thought it was Armadillo. I don't know. But his weapons are his back feet. You take them off, and then he's got a gun. And then he holds it up, and he can like shoot you and then punch you with a foot. The other thing I got this week that I wanted to talk about was I had made a purchase from a loyal Donatreon, Dinobot Maximize. And he sent me a package at the end of April. It finally got to me on Friday. And I am now the proud owner of Studio Series Hot Rod. And I have not been able to put this thing down this week. This is a very, very awesome figure. I'm having a real good time with it. And I can't believe the engineering in this thing. Like, it is clean, like really clean. I've been trying to figure out who the designer is of it. A lot of the videos that they did, especially the ones on Friday, they attributed a lot of the Studio Series stuff to Shogo Hasui. So I'm going to assume this is a Hasui design, but I'm not sure because I haven't been able to confirm it. But the guy's a genius, and this feels like a genius design. So I hope it's him. But if it's not, it's not. We got to give the designer of this some praise because this thing's amazing. It really is a genius figure. Everything compacts really, really well. Like, look at that thing. There's no kibble. Where's the kibble? But there's a car in there. So it's fantastic. If I had one complaint about this thing, it's that this is a Voyager. All right. This is a Voyager figure. And here's a Voyager that came out in the same year.
Yep.
So it's tiny.
Wow.
It is tiny for a Voyager. Okay. But on the same token, we just did this one, or I just did this one. So this is a Deluxe from Studio Series, right? So it's on par. So Studio Series Deluxes and Voyagers seem to have their own kind of scale going. So that's a bit of a surprise. I expected Voyagers to be a little bigger because, I mean, Cyclonus is just, I mean, he's a tank by comparison. but I mean, he's a jet. He's not a tank, but you get my pick. You get the point. But man, like, Hot Rod's tiny, like really small. But once you get them and you start fiddling around with them, you really understand, what they actually got into this figure. Like, there's so much into this figure, and it's really cool. A lot of things that you really don't kind of think about, and that they did get into this thing, like the visor is in his head. Like, you forget that it's even there until you're thinking, oh yeah, that's there. And then I can put that down, and now he's got a visor. Like, amazing. It's just a brilliant design. Like I said, I have not been able to put it down, and that's true. Like, when I have a free moment, like I'm watching the hockey game or something like that, I'll pick this thing up and I'll just fiddle fart around with it while I'm watching the hockey game. It's just fun. So yeah, that's what I got this week. Thanks a lot, Dinobot, for sending that to me. And yeah, I hope that I can get the rest of the Studio Series guys opened up here and maybe find Scourge, because he's the only one I'm missing right now.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right. Well, that will do it for this episode of Trips to the Store.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right, we're back from our trips to the store, and we will finish up the show with feedback. All right, so we got a few messages on our Discord, specifically for feedback for the show. So just a few quick messages. Thanks, folks, for writing in. So the first Discord message comes from our newest Donatrion, Goji Prime. And Goji Prime says, "Hello all, new Donatrion here. Thanks for the shout out on the last episode. I will apologize to Mike in advance because I must respond to Russian Yoshi. Charles was correct that my name is a combination of Gojira, Godzilla, and Optimus, and not Goji Berries, as Russian Yoshi suggested. Good guess, though. Just want to say how much I love the show and how you all keep it so positive and fun. I consume Transformers toys and media for enjoyment, and you all bring an added layer of fun. Thanks."
I'll make sure Russian Yoshi gets that correction.
Yeah, I'm sure he takes criticism well. All right, next message is from Sledge. This is actually, I think, this is responding to I think our discussion from a few weeks ago about the convert versus transformers, convert versus transform controversy, another controversy. So Sledge says, "I am so far behind that this question may be beyond. Given the concept of using convert instead of transform due to trademarks, does that mean third parties could actually use converter as a generic label to associate themselves, much like catsup versus ketchup?" I think, and Jeremy speculated this in the chat. Yeah. Oh, okay, Daryl, you have the answer. Go. I don't.
Answer? I don't. I just said it's a good question. Okay. I'm looking forward to your official doctor answer.
No, I was just going to say I agree with Jeremy. Jeremy responded in the chat that he said it's likely that some third parties have already done this. And, given all the knockoff generic Transformers you see in like dollar stores and things, I can imagine this has already happened. Like, you see the transforming robot and that you can pick up at the dollar store, or, car roboto or whatever, whatever they call it. I can imagine that this has already happened. Maybe not converter, but maybe convert robot or something. But my speculation is you can find this somewhere, but I don't know for sure. Have you seen anything crazy like that, Daryl?
Oh yeah. If you go into the dollar stores or stuff like that, you always see something that's like form trans or former trans or something like that. Like they're super clever by switching the words up, or it's always in the the same font, but it's like Convertertron, and you're like, okay, well, I get it. And you look at it and it's like what is it? An Armada hot shot, but done as like only having 3 points of articulation or something like that. Like it's just terrible, right? but it's a buck, so who cares? But yeah, you see them use all those kind of weird, stupid names that, yeah.
Yeah. Apollo, have you seen any egregious knockoffs anywhere?
No, I haven't. So.
All right. Yeah. So we'll keep looking, Sledge. We'll see. We'll see if we can find an example. We'll be sure to put it in the chat or mention it in an upcoming episode. All right. Our last message comes from our longtime listener and Donatreon, DJ Ronan. And DJ Ronan has a message for the long departed and missed Yoshi. So we're still hoping Yoshi comes back at some point, but it's been a while. We've missed him. I mean, you still hear him on the intros and the episodes, so we appreciate that. But it's been a while. So DJ Ronan says, I want to send a thank you out to Yoshi. I understand in these times it is difficult, if not near impossible, to join the team, but your continued intros to the podcast are welcomed. Yeah, we agree, DJ Ronan. So maybe when vaccination rates get up to 70% or 75%, we can get Yoshi back at some point. So. All right. I think that's all the feedback for this week. So that takes us to the end of the show. As always, at the end, we give a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatreons. These are the folks who continue to support the show at our highest level. So thank you so much to John 4X11Good and Dinobot Maximize. And we've still got merchandise at our TeePublic store. So if you haven't checked that out, you can check out transmissionspodcast.com/shop, and we've got cool shirt designs, masks, and other fun stuff. Of course, if you buy anything from TeePublic through that link, that will help out the show. So lots of good stuff at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. And before we get out of here, of course, want to thank Apollo, our regular guest host now. So Apollo, thanks again for coming on, and tell everyone where they can find your stuff online.
Well, thanks for having me on again. You can find me at RoboApollo on Twitter and Instagram. And I do have commissions open right now, and I'm going to keep them open until the end of May. And then I'm not sure when I'll be opening them again. So if you want any Transformers fan art, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram.
All right. And that's it for this episode of Transmissions. Thanks, everyone, for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Transmissions. But just because this episode is over doesn't mean the Transformers fun has to stop. Join us and other Transformers fans on our Discord chat server by visiting transmissionspodcast.com/discord. If you would like to learn more about how you could support the Transmissions podcast, just visit transmissionspodcast.com/support. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week.